Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Chakodash. Double belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, true well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Akim to Sadakim, that doing this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. On the priest Shimon, this week's topic is going to be entitled Neuralink Brain Chip, more than just buying and selling, all right? Sorry, just the video stopped. Neuralink Brain Chip is more than buying and selling, right? There's a YouTube short that came in my algorithm, and it pretty much shows how the Neuralink Brain Chip works. Which they show a human being there, a piece of their head cut out, this chip connecting to the nerves in your brain, and it will give you the capabilities to do things like drive your car, or turn on your car, what have you. Stuff that I know I've personally mentioned, I'm sure other brothers have mentioned that in the past, you know. And let me just go ahead and read, and I'll get back to the point. This is the book of Revelations 13 and 16. It says, and he calls it all. Now, who is the he? When you read Revelations, the 13th chapter, it speaks about a beast, all right? The beast. And that beast is a man. That man is Esau, so-called white man, all right? And the 13th chapter pretty much goes through his different kingdoms, his different rules, from Alexander to Rome, to his rulership with Great Britain, to his rulership in America, the rulership of Russia, right? These things are and then these kingdoms are compared to other animals, lions, leopards, and what have you. Russia, the bear. So the he is talking about the so-called white man and his beast system. Causes all, both small and great, meaning the least of society to the great society, rich and poor. So this thing is going to be, this mark is going to be irregardless of status classes, free and bond, whether you're in prison or not, to receive a mark. That word there for mark is charagma, which goes back to the Greek word charax. If you have a Septuagint, which you could download, if you look at the word trench, you'll see that the Greek word for that is charax, because the trenches were built with these wooden stake palisades, right? That's what the RFID microchip looked like. It looked like a grain of rice, a mini, very, very small palisade being lodged into human flesh. And that's what John the Revelator is describing. It says in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, it doesn't matter if your right hand, your left hand, your foot, or whatever. Once you have that implant in you, you're slated for destruction. Because, I mean, look, when you read Revelations, the 20th chapter, I believe the 4th verse, it just says hand. It doesn't matter if it's the right or left hand. Now, here's an interesting thing. The Hollywood, people in Hollywood, they're lesser luminaries, so they know what's going on. And they'll put, you know, prophecies in their movie. Now, Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1984, or 1980 something, maybe 1984 is a Terminator, but he had an RFID microchip in his brain he had to pull out. There's a scene, you can look it up on YouTube. They did a remake with Colin Farrell. Instead of putting the mark of the beast or the RFID microchip in his brain, this time in the remake they put it in his right hand. So just a little thing I noticed, and nothing is done by accident with these guys. So they let you know and it's a futuristic new movie. Because this thing will come to pass. This RFID microchip. A majority of the world will get this RFID microchip. It's what we're waiting for. That's how come when we hear stories about what's going on in Israel, we know that it's not going to escalate to World War III, because this prophecy has to come to pass. It has to happen. Okay? It says, and that no man might buy or sell. So you're not going to be able to do transactions. If you have the eye salve, Revelations 3 and 18, to see what's going on, you'll see that they're making things more and more geared towards technology. In fact, when you go in most banks, you're not seeing tellers like that anymore. It's all machines, right? ATMs and AI that's going to be speaking and working with you. Why is that? Because when this chip comes, there's going to be bank runs. But you're going to run to the bank and you're not going to find humans. You're going to find machines and AI that you can't do shit against, and they're just going to have your money frozen. It's going to be all out pandemonium. Whether they do this by cyber attack or whatever, they're trying to get people out of it and just have machines in there you know, as that mediator, which they can more easily control, because, you know, people are emotional. You know, if you're trying to crash a society and people are outside crying and weeping for their money and shit, people might get emotional, say, I can't do this. But when it's machines, emotionless. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the number of the beast or the number of his name. So if you don't have that chip, you're not going to be able to commute. You're not going to be able to do transactions. Here is, I mean, people are going to be bartering. Yes, you're going to have bartering system, because there's going to be a lot of people that also refuse to take this RFID microchip. So there's going to be speakeasies and shit like that. You know, people trying to figure shit out on their own without the chip. People going off grid. People that are in the Bible Belt that know these scriptures, that know that the mark of the beast. I'm talking about people that's not even Israelites, right? The heathens that, you know about this scripture and ready to go off grid. Some of them are jakes too. 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding, count the number of the beast. For the number, the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, okay, which is the UPC barcode, which goes also back into transactions, right? The first bar, the middle bar, and the last bar are sixes. Prior to the UPC code, they didn't have that on stuff. Now that's how chirp. And that's how you're gonna be scanned. Well, the people that take that thing, not us. Well, not the ones in the know, not the ones that serve in Yahweh Shemiah Shalom. Well, Revelation 16:4. This is what I want to bring out too when I speak about the chip is going to be doing more than just transactions. It says, for there, Revelation 16:14, for they're the spirits of devils working miracles. Right? What's their miracles? Their technology. The technological advancement is a miracle, right? Being able to control things with your mind is angelic, right? Because guess what? That's how the angels operate, all right? I got a precept. I have a precept because Esau, what he's trying to do is just be angelic and spiritual powers on the left-hand side using his technology. Now, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 16, verse 27. It says, he garnished his works forever, and in his hands are the chief of them unto all generation. That's the angels. They neither labor, nor are they weary, nor cease from their works. Right? So, meaning the angels, they do things telepathically, right? When you read the book of Genesis, it just says, let there be light. No, let there be this. But Esau is trying to give that power to man, and he has. Meaning, car open. Your mind, you're telling your mind, in your mind, car open, car start. And it's going to listen to you. So it's left-hand technology mimicking spiritual godlike power. It's a miracle. If people in the ancient world were teleported now to see the shit that they're seeing, me even doing a lesson on this phone and it's being broadcasted all throughout the world, we take these things for granted, but these are miracles, man. And the technology has to advance for prophecies to advance. The advancing of technology is the advancing of prophecies. The two work in tandem. It says, just go forth unto the kings of the earth and the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty. Part of the miracles too is like these missiles. You know how technologically advanced those are. You know, being able to travel continents in half an hour, shit's crazy, right? Daniel 12:4 says, but Daniel, shut up the words and seal it. And seal the book, sorry. Now, seal the book means, you know, seal the mysteries and the understanding, but guess what? Revelation, the 5th chapter, tells us that Yahweh Shai let loose the seals. And he's been giving us the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of these scriptures and prophecies, all right? So the seals have been broken, and we, you know, now we're able to break these scriptures down. We're not in the time of orating and writing stuff down. We're in the time now of breaking these scriptures down that we put together back then. Lord willing, we those men. reading on, it says, even to the time of the end. And we've been in the end days since Yahushua stepped foot on the earth. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Right? And knowledge shall be increased. Knowledge to do what? With Esau to destroy. You know, his blessings was the sword, and the Most High has given him more knowledge in that blessing. How he could be more and more destructive and deadly. That's why it says in the book, I'm just going to quote in the book of Ezekiel 21. Let me just read it real quickly. Ezekiel 21:9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished, right? The more you sharpen a sword, the more destructive it becomes. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter, and it will, the nuclear destruction. That it may glitter. You know, you shine a stone, you put it in the light, it glitters. And these missiles are also going to glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. So we're not in a time of mirth. We have seasonal mirth, meaning we're happy for a little minute. We might have little get-togethers here and there, but we're not in a time of permanent mirth. That's the kingdom. I'm going to close out with this one. Because there's a punishment. There's a reward for those that bow down to the beast. And this reward is destruction. Revelation chapter 14 verse 9, it reads, and a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worshipped the beast and his image and received his mark, the image is the New World Order system, which is a spitting image of Rome. It says, and received his mark in his forehead or his right hand, take the mark of the beast, the Neuralink or whatever, because you know there's a lot of people that are big on Tesla. I'm in the Tesla ecosystem, and that's how they're gonna push. It's an ecosystem that goes with that. It works with your laptop, it works with your phone, it works with your car. You open up your door, you're gonna have different brands, and you know this particular chip is this and that, and you know what have you. Here's a punishment. It says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture, straight, into the cup, straight no chaser, into the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. So if you take that chip, you're not of the Lord's elect. Okay, so that, I remember that was a question posed by Baloo years ago. Whether they force you to take the chip? Well, you weren't of the elect. The elect of the Most High will not get that RFID microchip. The Most High will do some sort of intervention. You won't take it. But if you do, just know that the only thing left for you is to be destroyed. You can't take it, cut your hand off, and say, I repent. It's the action. Just like similar to Judas Iscariot. It was the action. Even though he repented, it was the action. It was too late. All right, so with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodesh. That belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, which well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there. You Akim to Zadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Shalom.